Does your baby suddenly cry or cling to you when meeting new people? Do they hide behind you when a relative tries to hold them? That's called stranger anxiety, and it's a completely normal stage of development. But why does it happen, and how can you help your child feel more comfortable around new faces? Stranger anxiety usually starts around 6 to 12 months. Your once friendly baby, who used to smile at everyone, might suddenly burst into tears when a grandparent or family friend picks them up. While this can be stressful for parents, it's actually a positive sign that your child is learning to distinguish between familiar and unfamiliar people. What is stranger anxiety? Stranger anxiety is a completely normal part of emotional and cognitive development. Your child is learning to recognize and trust familiar faces, like parents, caregivers, and siblings, while becoming cautious around strangers. Think of it this way: your baby is developing a sense of security and attachment, which is a good thing. It means they are forming healthy emotional connections with their primary caregivers. Why does stranger anxiety happen? Stranger anxiety happens because babies develop object permanence, which is the understanding that people and things still exist even when they're out of sight. Before this, if a parent left the room, a baby might not notice. But once they realize you're gone, they worry you might not come back. It's important to remember that this phase is a sign of a developing brain. It means your baby is learning about trust and relationships. When does stranger anxiety start, and how long does it last? Stranger anxiety typically begins around 6 to 12 months of age and can peak between 12 and 18 months. Most children outgrow it by age 2, but every child is different. Some babies show very mild stranger anxiety, while others may take longer to warm up to unfamiliar people. And even after they outgrow the intense phase, they might still be hesitant in new situations or take time to adjust to people they don't see often. How to help your child cope with stranger anxiety? As a parent, you can't force your child to feel comfortable with strangers overnight, but you can help them gradually adjust. Here are some gentle ways to ease their anxiety. 1. Give them time to observe. Instead of handing your child over to a new person right away, let them watch and observe from a safe distance. Let them see that you trust the person and allow them to approach on their own terms. 2. Stay close for comfort. Reassure your child by staying near them when they meet new people. If a grandparent wants to hold them, try sitting with your child on your lap first before passing them over. 3. Introduce strangers slowly. If possible, introduce new caregivers or babysitters gradually. Let your child see them a few times before leaving them alone together. When to seek help. While stranger anxiety is completely normal, there are times when it might be helpful to talk to a pediatrician or child development specialist. Consider seeking guidance if your child's anxiety is extreme and interferes with daily life. They don't seem to outgrow it as they get older. They refuse to interact with anyone other than parents for extended periods. Their anxiety leads to intense distress or meltdowns even in mild social settings. If this sounds familiar, a professional can help with strategies to ease anxiety and build social confidence. Did your child go through stranger anxiety? How did you handle it? Share your experiences in the comments.